Good morning, everyone. So today we have the opportunity to dive deeply into the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is very purifying, very enlivening, and we are going to be discussing a very, very high topic. So we are not qualified yet, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of our previous acharyas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we're given the opportunity to hear. So when we hear these topics, we should hear with an open heart, putting our mind to the side, and just try to offer respects to the Bhagavatam, offer respects to this transcendental knowledge that is coming, and bow down at the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, who is going to be speaking in utter madness today. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivardit Hari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivardit Hari. Yasodanandana Prashajanaranjana Yasodanandana Prashajanaranjana Yamuna Tira Panachari. Yamuna Tira Panachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivardit Hari. Yasodanandana Prashajanaranjana Yasodanandana Prashajanaranjana Yamuna Tira Panachari. Yamuna Tira Panachari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura, Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura, Haribo, Nitai Gaura, Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura, Haribo. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa, Pavakataryo Stotara Satarshi Shimad, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa, Pavakatarya Stotara Satarshi Shimad, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Swadas Thakur Ki Jai. Vimsekaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopanath, Shyamakunda Radhakund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavana Dham Ki Jai, Mathura Dham Ki Jai, Mayapur Dham Ki Jai, Navadvip Dham Ki Jai, Yamuna Maya Ki Jai, Ganga Maya Ki Jai, Shrimati Tulasi Devi Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. All glories to the sum of devotees. All glories to the sum of devotees. All glories to the sum of devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So today we're continuing with our study of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And as I said before, this is a very high topic. So we listen and we listen with folded hands, offering respects to the Srimad Bhagavatam, unto Srila Vyasadeva, unto Srila Prabhupada, and unto all of our spiritual masters. It's Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from text, Canto 10, Chapter 47, Text 12. Madhupa Kitava Bando Ma Spishangrim Sapatnaya Madhupahitava Banduma Spishangarim Saptanaya. Yeah? Madhukitava. Oh, it starts out with Gopya Uvacha. That's sorry. My eyes went down to the second line. Gopya Uvacha Madhupakitava Banduma Spishangarim Saptanaya. Gucha Ilita Mala Kumkum Samarshubirna Kuchavilhita malakunkama samashubirnaha. Vahatu madhu patis tam manininam prasadam. Vahatu madhu patis tam manimanam prasadam. Yadu sarasi vidambayam yasya dutas twam idrik. Yadu sarasi vitarabhyam yasa dutas twam idrik. Madhupahita babando maspishigam saptatanaya. Kucha vilulita mala kunkama samarshabirna. Vahato madhupatistam maninanam prasadam. Yadu sadasi vichabhyam yasadutas twam idrik. Devotees. Gopilvacha. Madhupahi kababandhamas pichaganim saptaptanaya. Kuchaviluta malakunkama samarshabirnaha. Vahatu madhupatistam maninam prasadam. Yadu sadasi vijayam yasadutas tvam idrik. Madhupakita babandhu masprishiham saptyana. Kuchavalita malakakumas samashirvirnaha. Madhu madhu patistam maninam prasadam. Yadu sarasi vichayam yasadatas twamidrik. Word for word. Gopi uvacha. The gopi said, Madhupa, O bumblebee, Kitava, of a cheater, Bando, O friend, Maspirsha, please do not touch, Angrim, the feet, Saptanaha, of the lover who is our rival, Kucha, the breast, Vilalita, fallen from, Mala, from the garland, Kumkuma, with the red cosmetic, Shamashrubi, with the whiskers, Naha, our, Bato, let him bring, Madhupati, the lord of the Madhu dynasty, Tat, his, Maninam, to the women, Prasadam, mercy or kindness, Yadusadasi, in the royal assembly of the Yadus, Vidambayam, an object of ridicule or contempt, Yasya, whose, Dutaha, messenger. Twam, you. Idrik, such. Translation. The gopi said, "O honey bee, O friend of a cheater, don't touch my feet with your whiskers, which are smeared with the kumkum that rubbed onto Krishna's garland when it was crushed by the breast of a rival lover. Let Krishna satisfy the women of Mathura. One who sends a messenger like you will certainly be ridiculed in the Yadu's assembly." So you can read, Pete. The gopi said, "O honey bee, O friend of a cheater, don't touch my feet with your whiskers, which are smeared with the kumkum that rubbed onto Krishna's garland when it was crushed by the breasts of a rival lover. Let Krishna satisfy the women of Mathura. One who sends a messenger like you will certainly be ridiculed in the Yadu's assembly." Purport by the disciples of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srimati Radharani indirectly chastised Krishna by chastising the bumblebee, which she took for his messenger. She addressed the bumblebee as Madhupa, one who drinks the nectar of flowers, and she addressed Krishna as Madhupati, the Lord of Madhu. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur points out that this and the following 9 verses exemplify 10 kinds of impulsive speech spoken by a lover. This verse illustrates the qualities of Prajalpa as described by Srila Rupa Goswami in the following verse from the Ujjwala Nilamani 14.182. Asuresya madar yuja yovadaranana mudraya priyas akula shola graha prajalpasatu kirtiyate. Prajalpa is speech that denigrates the tactlessness of one's lover with expressions of disrespect. It is spoken in a mood of envy, jealousy, and pride. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti points out that the word Kitava Bandhu expresses envy, the phrase from Saptanaha to Naha, jealousy, the phrase Mas Risha, Angrim, pride, and the phrase from Bahatu to Prasadam, disrespect, while the phrase from Yadosadashi to the end of the verse decries Krishna's tactless treatment of Radharani. Om Gana Timarandasya Gana Gana Shalakaya Chaksu Militanyana Tasmai Shikadave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Bhastaya Bhutale Srimati Hridayananda Goswami Iti Namane. Namaste Guru Hansaya Panamananda Medase Prabhupada Paramadaidu Sanantanasane. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Bhastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashta Chatarine. Om Gana Timarandasya Gana Gana Shalakaya Chaksu Militanyana Tasmai Shri Guru Namaha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Prananami Hari Priye. So I was reading this last night and could hardly sleep and just meditating on these particular verses in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Before I go on to the commentaries, and I also wanted to read from Gopal Champu of Srila Jiva Goswami to churn this ocean of emotions, I just wanted to catch us up to speed. So we know that Akrura had taken Krishna from Vrindavan in a golden chariot, and the gopis had tried to stop him. And Krishna is the life of Braj. Although he never leaves Vrindavan in this pastime, it appears that Krishna is left. And everyone is just drying up. Mother Yasoda, Nanda Baba, even the Yamuna, the trees, everything has become dry without Krishna. And the different personalities within Vrindavan, according to their particular rasa, they experience separation in a different way. And we know in the study of Ramananda Samvat, Madhya chapter 8, talks with Ramananda Roy, this highest love between Krishna and the gopis, the Madhurya conjugal love, is revealed. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu keeps asking questions, and it brings up step by step from the different relationships, from Sakya to Vatsalya, and then to conjugal, and then through the gopis, and then to the pinnacle of Srimati Radharani. So we also understand that all the other gopis in Vrindavan, they're actually expansions of Radharani that are meant to bring together the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And everyone is very much affected by the feelings of Srimati Radharani. When Radharani is with Krishna and very happy, there emanates from her that Ladini Shakti, and those that are close to her can feel it, especially the Manjaris, the young maid servants of Radha. They can experience the different moods and the different love of Radha. Because this highest mood of separation, this highest mood of prema, is only within Srimati Radharani. It's only within her. It's not in the other rasas. And it is experienced only by those who get a glimpse of Radharani's mood. And so when Radharani is sad, it's like the whole sky opens up and is crying, by her pain of separation. So it's hard for us to understand how that pain is ecstasy. So that's why we approach our guru, we approach our Shiksha guru, and we open our ears, we open our heart, and allow ourselves to become purified of mundane emotions, of mundane attachments in this world, and to really understand what is our real separation. Our real separation is from our service to Radha and Krishna. Our real separation is our service, which is unalloyed, pure devotional service. And until we come to that point, there will always be some disconnect in this world. So Uddhava arrives. He arrives in a golden chariot. At first they're like, oh no, that Vidura has come back again. We know Vidura was cursed by the gopis. But then as it comes closer, the gopis, they see this beautiful personality. He looks just like Krishna. He's got makara earrings and long, elongated eyes. And he's got the same color skin. He's the same age. He's dressed so beautifully. So immediately they're reminded of Krishna, reminded of their love for Krishna. So the gopis bring him to a secret place for him to sit down nicely. They worship him so that they can hear from him about Krishna. Because in public they have to hide. But now there's one gopi who stays in the distance. Uddhava had heard about Radha, and he knew that how Krishna's heart was paining over the plight of Srimati Radharani, how Krishna himself was feeling separation. So this mood of separation, there's separation that takes place even when there's meeting. When Radha and Krishna are together, one time there was a bee, and the bee was swarming around Radha. And Madhu Manga shooed the bee away, and he said, Madhu has now gone. So that name Madhu is also a name for Krishna. Upon hearing this, Radharani felt so much separation, she started crying and fainting. And then Krishna, seeing Radharani crying and fainting, he began crying. And that's how the pastime of Prem Sarovar, the Kund, manifested. And then there's separation in the beginning, like in the Purvarag. When the gopis, they hear about Krishna, they're attracted but they've never been with him yet, so they feel that separation. And then there's separation that is felt when Krishna goes off with his friends and they're waiting for him to come back. But these separations have a beginning and a known time when the union will come again. And there's, the separation when Krishna disappeared from the Rasa dance and the gopis sang Gopi Gita and they were crying, when will Krishna come? And then Krishna came. So Krishna was actually going to Vrindavan in the form of a spurti. He was being with the gopis, being with Radha, but that they couldn't understand, So Radha's pain of separation was so intense because she was remembering all those pastimes. She was remembering the pastimes at Radhakund, the dance at Radhakund, the noontime pastimes. She was remembering all the different tricks Krishna would play. And we have to understand that everything in Vrindavan is not spoken directly. The Brijabasis are very expert at word jugglery, and so is Krishna, and so is Radha. So in these relationships, they criticize each other a lot, and they make fun of each other. There's a lot of joking and making fun and criticizing. So here we see Radharani is also criticizing Krishna. You think, you're coming to me now as a messenger. You're just a foolish messenger from that cheater, and I can see that there's kumkum on your whiskers, and that's coming because Krishna was embracing one of those women of Mathura, and he'll go from one to another, and the Yadu dynasty, he'll become a disgrace to the Yadu dynasty, and then he'll become controlled by the women, and he's never going to come back to us. So she's actually working herself up in this intense mood of Divyamata, this intense madness, which leads to the highest supreme. So Uddhava, when seeing this, Uddhava thought that he had love for Krishna. But when he sees this, the love of Srimati Radharani, actually, what can Uddhava do? He can just fall on the ground within his heart and offer obeisances to Srimati Radharani. So we might ask, how does this apply for us, How does this apply for us? That in order to advance in devotional life, one must have greed, lolium. I want to become a pure devotee. I want to please Krishna. I want to please Radha and Krishna. And with all humility, I'm very fallen. My position is very fallen. So how do I even enter into any of this? So the real secret was always told to us by Srila Bhakti True Swami. He used to always tell us the way to enter into Braj Leela is through Gaura Leela. He would always explain that to us. That Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wanted to understand, what is this love? What is this highest love that is experienced by Radha? What is the beauty that she sees? What is the emotion that she feels? He wanted to understand that. He wanted to experience that. So he comes to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of Radha. And so only Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expresses this madness, this highest mood of madness. And he doesn't express it to everyone. During the day, he's playing cartels. He's going through the streets to begin with in Nadia, having kirtan, singing the holy name, spreading the Sankirtan movement everywhere. But then, in Jagannath Puri, which is the kshetra of separation, Jagannath Puri is very intense for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, because it is that mood of separation when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. And he's in the Gambhira. Anyone ever been to the Gambhira? Gambhira is a very small room where Krishna, in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, would take on the mood of Radha, and only his very close associates would be with him. And he would experience these different ecstasies. So it is actually through the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and especially when we read Ramananda Samvat, that we can hear about what are these relationships, what is this love, who is Srimati Radharani. All this is revealed by the mercy of our previous acharyas and through the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we're going to read a little more from the commentary. Seeing the breeze buzzing around greedily for the fragrance of her lotus feet, Radha, possessed of divine madness, Divyamata began to speak. Somehow or other I like when, I guess we all have our side. When Krishna is chastised by Radharani, I'm like, yes, say what you need to say, Radha. O B, friend of the deceitful one, Kitava Bandhu. She then enumerates the reasons why Krishna should be called a cheater. Krishna said, for my sake, you have all given up everything to come here filled with attraction, and I have given you up. Please forgive me for this injustice I have done. This is from 10th Canto 32:21. He also said, you have surrendered yourselves to me with the highest attraction, and it is impossible for me to repay you. Sitting on the chariot of Akrura, Krishna sent a servant message to the gopis, who, ere pained by the impeding separation from Krishna, and said, I am coming quickly from Mathura. This 10:39-35, we've read all of these things leading to this. Because these statements by Krishna are false, Krishna can be called a cheater. O B, you are a friend of that cheater. As a friend, you are playing the role of a messenger. Do not touch my feet. So she's just in madness, seeing this bee. You've been sent by Krishna, now you're trying to touch my feet. The bee, making a buzzing sound, seemed to say, what is this? What is this? Will you not let me offer obeisances to you? Radha said, O one who drinks liquor, Madhupa, by contact with intoxicants, my feet will become impure. If you just want to offer obeisances, do that from far off. So she's chastising the bee. We also understand that she's also chastising Uddhava and Krishna. The bee seemed to reply, why are you accusing me of being drunk when I have no fault? Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur always comes up with these great dialogues that take place. Radha said, this is not just an accusation, it is true. Do not touch me with your whiskers, tinged by the kumkum of the garland from another woman's breast, which has been crushed by contact with Krishna's chest, or the garland worn by Krishna, which has been crushed by another woman's breast. So now, not only is Radha thinking that this bee is the messenger from Krishna, but she's convinced herself that Krishna has all these lovers in Mathura. But Krishna's relationship in Mathura is very different. And at this point, he's not married yet or anything. The only relationship he had with anyone was in the beginning, was with Kubja. So she's like imagining these things. Krishna here puts blame on the natural color of the bee's yellow hairs, thinking them to be tinged with kumkum. That you have come to praise me when I am in a state of anger without even washing your whiskers, shows that you are without judgment, that you did drink some liquor. Any intelligent person will understand that seeing you in that condition will only increase my anger, not decrease it. So here, Radharani is really, she's displaying the envy. You've been with some other woman. I know it. She's jealous. And then she's in man. She's angry. It's like pinnacle of man. But we have to understand that these emotions of Radharani, it's not anger of this material world. It's not envy of this material world. It's not jealousy of this material world. And ultimately, everything is meant to give pleasure to Krishna. As the bee continued to hum, Radha thought that he was again speaking. Whatever the case, you should be happy. Radha answered, O protector of the liquor, Madhupalaka, go to Mathura, protect the liquor to be drunk by your master, and drink it yourself. This is a good job for you, because you're unsuitable to be a messenger being so stupid. So she's saying you must be drunk, because if you weren't drunk, why'd you even come here? Why did you think that you can console me, and then you're coming with kumkum on your whiskers? The bee began to fly around. He seemed to be saying, I see you are finding many faults. Why should I hear all these words? Now I am going to Mathura. Let Krishna himself come and make you happy. Radha said, now he is sitting as the king of the Yadus. Though a cowherd born to the queen of Raj by some good fortune has become a kshatriya, let him give happiness to those women who regard him as a kshatriya. All the cowed women need nothing to him now. Let him continuously satisfy them. So she's saying he's a cowherd. He's born from Mother Yasoda. Somehow or other now he's become a kshatriya, and he's surrounded by kshatriya women. So he's not going to think about us cowherds, and let him just be happy there with all these kshatriyas. Let him go home. By the use of the plural mani manam, those who regard him as a kshatriya, she indicates the unlimited number of women in Mathura whom he should enjoy. Quote, but when he satisfies one of them, others become angry. When he satisfies that woman, another becomes angry. Thus he will have to continuously satisfy them one after another. Thus we have no opportunity to see us. So she's saying Krishna's just going to get entangled by all the women of Mathura, and he'll never have any opportunity to come and see us again. The bee seemed to say, you are in an ocean of good fortune for him. You should not speak like this. If he did not keep you in his mind, why would he send me here as a messenger? So we know that actually Krishna never forgets Srimati Radharani. He's crying, and he's just in this situation. What can I do? I'm in this position. I'm supposed to carry out the Yuga Dharma. I'm supposed to, save the Vrishnis. I'm supposed to be a Kshatriya warrior. But my heart is just in the pasture groves of Sri Vrindavan Dham. Just like this morning, our dear friend Goloka Priya, everybody knows Goloka Priya, she posted some photos, one from Govinda Kund and one from Radha Kund. So she has such a desire to be in Vrindavan. And one time when she was there, she made friends with this young man, Pavan, who's sees her like a mother. And he helped make arrangement. He was taking her around today. So she was there at Radha Kund. She was there at Govinda Kund. Of course, I was feeling transcendently envious, but I was so happy to have a friend there. But I thought her desire is so strong. Her desire to be in Vrindavan was so, so strong that Radharani brought her there. So we have to develop the desire to come closer to Radha and Krishna, to serve them in a way that is pleasing. Just like I was thinking, I have no qualification to even speak on these subjects, but somehow other Krishna's given me this service, and so I try to carry it out to the best of my ability. She answered, you, as his servant, are carrying the clues of his love affairs, and he exhibiting those clues will be scorned in the assembly of Yadus. When the news of his transgressions with the Yadu women becomes known, the husbands will throw abuse on him. With such a messenger as you, all the assembly of Yadus will be scorned in all countries by other Kshatriyas, because their women were enjoyed by a cowherd man. So she's criticizing. Oh, you're going to be in trouble with all the husband of the Kshatriyas. You're going to cause, downfall. You and your illicit affairs. So she's imagining all these things. And sending a messenger like you with the clues of his illicit affairs, he certainly must be intoxicated, being the master of liquor, Madhupati. All the words used in this verse arise from emotions experienced by Radha. The word Chita arises from her indignation, Asuya. The word co-wife, another woman, arises from jealousy, Irasa. Do not touch my feet arises from pride, Mada. Let him deliver to them comes from a desire to disrespect, Avadirana. Scorn in the assembly of Yadus arises from the urge to spit out harsh words. This constitutes Prajalpa. So we're seeing what transcendental Prajalpa is. It's like indignation, Asuya, jealousy, irsha, pride, mada, disrespect, avadirana, and harsh words. It all becomes prajalpa. To spit out rude words towards a beloved with expressions of disrespect, indignation, jealousy, and pride is called prajalpa. So we just have, gosh, we don't have any time to read from Gopal Champa. Let me see what time it actually is. We only have 1 minute. I wanted to read from Gopal Champu, but, well, maybe we'll just read 1 minute from Gopal Champu. Coming from a tour, the bee is humming and shaking its head. It must be his messenger. He comes for some purpose. She thought, I will first scold that bee. She then spoke, ugh, why do you come from a tour and act so brashly in front of me? Go away to the forest. Looking at the bee with a cruel glance, she said in derision, rascal, this is not unbefitting to you, since you drink liquor. That is why you are called the liquor drinker. With a laugh, she said, you are now enjoying drinking because your master, Lord of Drunkards, is a master of Mathura. So here we see this. Radharani is just lost in this madness. And her madness is affecting all around her because everybody wants Radha and Krishna to be together. And when we're chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, we're bringing Radha and Krishna together. And that's like our meditation. We're bringing them together. So for a Gaudiya Vaishnava, this mood of separation is very painful and it spreads everywhere. And when Radha and Krishna are together and they're experiencing joy, like a swing ceremony, that mood of joy spreads everywhere. And everyone feels that joy. So we meditate on bringing Radha and Krishna together as they will be with Radha Golokananda. Thank you so much. Please forgive me for my offenses. Vanchakalpa Churubascha, Kipa Sindhu Vyavacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha. All glories to the Prabhupada, all glories to our previous acharyas, all glories to Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai.
Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Bharavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandar Agom Vidamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasa Sakale Priya Priti Manti Vasyan Dipan Kayanti Chiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Hari Purusha Namaha Bhajami Govinda 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 Hari Purusha.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Vaskachade Satarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Vaskachade Satarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Jai Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jai Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Giri Govardhan 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Shila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Shila Prabhupada Jai Om Vishnu Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri
Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nirja Sarva Shaktis Trata Pita Nimate Samarena Kala Ita Drishi Tav Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdeva Darsham Yani Nanuraga Tranapi Sunichena Tarodapi Sahusyanam Amanena Manadena Kirtanaya Sadari Na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagdish kame mama janmani janmani ishvare bhaktar bhakti ret kitve ainand tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishme varam vadu kripaya tav pad pankaja stita duli sadoshlam vinchintaya ayanam asrasdarya vadnam gadgadarudaya gira पुलकिर्निचितं वापुकदा तब नामग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रवासायितं शून्यायितं जगत् सर्वं गोविन्दाय वर्णे मे ऐश्वर्यस्य वा पदरतं पनाष्टुमाम् अदर्शनामर्माहतं करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथ तु सेवनाथः such Sankirtan, which cleans the heart of all the dust accumulated for years, extinguish the fire of conditioned life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the transcendental bliss and it enables us to satisfy the nectar for which we are always anxious. My Lord, whose chanting of the holy name can render all the benediction of living beings. And thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in humble state of mind, thinking oneself to the Lord than a straw on the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want God's blessed devotional service, birth after birth. And Maharaj Ananda Krishna, I am your simple servitor, yet somehow or the other fallen into ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me sometimes at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love, flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my eyes choke up? When will my heart stand at the end recitation of your name? O Govinda, feelings of separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain. him so vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his grace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely to grief anything and everything, for he is always my Lord unconditionally. Shri Shastam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ji ki